There we go. There we go. And now that was the countdown. I suppose I did successfully do that at least. The other one I was going to put up was this one, the coming right up. I probably could still do that. Now I've got the clicking of things, probably saying that I'm live. I don't know. Got a messenger now. What's that? I don't know. Fab work reading, please. Oh, goodness, goodness, goodness. Um, it really has been an interesting morning to start with. And I certainly did have some issues with my daily Lenormand card spread reading that I have, and similar destinations to what I'm using now, my Facebook profile, my Facebook page. And there was another one that was mytimetv.live that I do as the daily, and that was the one that didn't work. So here we go. Hi, Keza. Lovely to see you here. And we have another Facebook user now. I can't see your names in this instance, so I'm assuming that you're on my page. Not page, the other one. What's the profile? Yeah, the personal profile. So, um, oh, look, I'm just having fun. So that was current work reading. So I'm not sure. I'm just going to have to go and put my Facebook, go back over there on my profile. Yes, Cat, current work reading, please. It really would be wonderful if you guys could join in, like pop over to haps dot actually TV, I think it is. I'm just going to copy my link somewhere that actually brings you in, but do you think I can find it now? Duh. Um, I'm not sure where it is. Let me see if it goes into there in the comments. Let's see. No, I've copied over that. It's this one. So if it's in the comment below, that's got the Ros Boundy Hats profile. If you join it or come over to it, at least I can see your comments. I can see your comments and present them here from Facebook, but because of the privacy thing that Facebook has with your profiles, I can't see your names. So you might have to be on the YouTube. There you go. I don't know. I think there's some bugginess in Facebook this morning, honestly. And here we have Diane on the Facebook. So yes, I can actually do I can do the responding at the same time. Did that show up as a response to yours there, Diane? It's still not showing your actual avatar, but it's showing me your name. And we've got Sharon there who is on, I don't know which one, but it's presenting on screen as your name. Yeah, good. At least it's showing your name. It just won't show the avatars. So yeah, it looks good. So I'm just going to slowly work through some of these responses. I've already put you on screen. Now this one of Facebook user is not saying who it is. So I'm going over Morning Hun. So that is Kat. It's been very erratic this morning, I'd have to say. It really is. So anyway, what I'm going to do, here we've got a current work reading. What I wanted to do this morning is to actually have a nice play with the Labyrinth Through Time. I'm going to that screen so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay? And those two, that's the website. I haven't got this one constructed as an item to purchase yet because I'm really only just learning it and discovering it and having a play. So we'll do that now. And what we've got, I'm going to put myself a little smaller because I know that this needs some space. Okay. And I'll go down here. Yeah, that was Cat. Yeah. There we go. I'll just do through the comments first. Yeah, Cat. And I think I did show yours up there, Michelle, didn't I? So that's there as well. And it was die on Oh, that's on YouTube. You're on, but it was you on Facebook. Yeah, gotcha. Does that show up actually as a YouTube, or it's just showing your name? Yeah, it doesn't show up that you're on YouTube with that one, so that's all right. Good morning, Marie. Again, lovely to see you here. And we have Keza is asking for a reading too. We'll see how far I get with what I do. And I'm going to start with, who was the first one? That was Kat. So it's this one that I'm going to start with. And it is a work reading. So because I want this to be over here now, it's going to be interesting trying to get the camera sitting there steadily. Is it? Is that working all right? It's in a right place? Yeah, that's all right. Now, what we've got with this one, because it's a system of divination, unlocking your destiny. It's Labyrinth Through Time. So I just want to put that there. And this is a new one that I've purchased, and it's a fairly recent one that Karen, she does tea with Karen. I'll see if I can get that up there close enough. So it's tea with Karen there, trademarked. All of her creations are trademarked and copyrighted. She does this. This system is her most recent, so I'm trying to learn it. I am learning it. Okay, and it's beautiful presentation with the kit in this screw top tin, as you can see, and you can almost hear it. Can you hear it? And I better keep an eye on the comments, otherwise I'll miss if I'm going voiceless or muted accidentally or something. I've had that happen. And yeah, Sharon's right. It is general, but because I'm trying to, present that on screen, because I am because I am practicing, work can be something that's not all that personal as such. If it was more detailed, it certainly is only going to be limited to what is general explanation and reading anyway, presumably. I've only done one reading with this so far. So there's the lid. Here's the content. So we've got in here, I did an unboxing of it the other day when I nearly first got it. So in here is the cards. So there is a little set of cards here, and they're, the key and the things that are actually relevant to, and here's the main guts of it, basically. I'll get that out. Here is the pendulum, and I have used that already as part of a reading. So that's there. Here's a die, a 12-sided one that actually does timing. And there are all the charms that are the other guts of it as far as the reading goes. So there's about 4 different components or layers to these readings. And here we've got a circular mat. Now it can be on this side and this is what I'll probably use for this purpose of the readings today, like now. And it goes into the different areas of life and where you want some further guidance. So that's where, and I'll show you that in a minute. And here's the other side of it that is timing. It's using the charms over the mat so that you're getting what spirit will guide us to for your reading, whether it's just general guidance or whether you're wanting a future divination style of reading. It's just a matter of putting the intention there in the first place before you actually get into the, laying the charms, sprinkling them around. So there's the various components of it. Just going to check out. Oh, look, Sharon, they are really cute. The whole system, anything that I've seen on Karen's Etsy shop, she does hers as Etsy shop. It is, you just look for tea with Karen and you'll see all the various resources, creations she's got. like this Curiosity Tea Steampunk, the one that I've used on here before with the different mat, the one that's got the grid of cards. This is circular and it's using charms predominantly, but it does go into using the cards. Each of these cards are what is present here. So there's each and every one of these are depicted with a card. As you can see, there's the key, then we've got the lady, then well, I thought it was the man. It's not, it's a ring. So it's going around clockwise in what numbers there are relevant for there. So that's the card. So it goes up to where the dog is up there as the last one. So then it's got some others that we can use as part of, I'm just going to put the pendulum over there, as part of different ways of doing fine tuning. What other further advice, hopes, pros? Oh, pros and cons are supposed to be together. Hopes, pros. Oh, not cons. Yes, it is. Cons. I'll put them together because you usually pair them together. Do this, don't do this. It's certainly got a nice breadth of info that we can actually find out through using those cards too. So I'm just going to go like this. And Kat, here we go with yours. Now the intention is that you're wanting to find out a bit more about your work. So that would actually be career or business. So I'm going to put it there, put a couple of charms on there. And oh, it does. It certainly looks very interesting, Sharon. So it's when she was actually starting, because that first one that I watched on YouTube of falling into, or, you know, it pops up, she was doing a reading with the steampunk, with the Curiosity Tea cards, and I saw it and I thought, oh, I wonder what that is, you know, as you do. And I watched that, and I watched another one that came up of Karen's reading another form of the cards. This was the tea cards. Because I'm starting to do the tea leaf reading, it intrigued me. And these are cards. And then the flow into seeing how her system works. So I ordered it. And, you know, the rest goes on. You subscribe to the YouTube channel and then you follow her on the Etsy and etc. So I'll probably be buying even more of her Etsy stuff. This is a little noisy. I'll keep it this side so you can probably just see I'm actually shuffling around with these charms. I'm going to pick 3 and put on there. All right, there's 3 that are there, and it is Bat, Tunnel, and the Ship. So because this set is brand new for me, I am going to look up in the guidebook what the symbols actually mean for how Karen's defined them. Normally I would just, and I will be able to do this a bit better the more I use them, be able to just do it intuitively, because a bat certainly does just move through. You know, when they're traveling, they've got that sonic beamy thingy happening. So they're actually moving through pretty much instinctively. And it's certainly with that intelligence, because they are a very clever little creature. So with that and the tunnel there, as far as these top 2 goes, it really does say to me that it's going to be, it's like moving through the tunnel at the moment for you, Kat, as if you're flying blind, but there really is that light at the end of the tunnel. You're going to be able to achieve whatever you're needing to in that workspace, that it feels like, yeah, the line of the ship really does move through. It takes a long time for them to turn to steer and get there, because water is more resistant than air, type of thing. But it's certainly going to be the rewards of what could be a holiday at the end of it, once you've seen the light at the end of the tunnel. I am going to just read these though, as far as what the meanings are in this book for these charms. And I'm just going to go, oh, and I think I'm in the wrong book for this one, because with the charms, there was another little book. Yeah, that's the cards. So that was the card. So this book is more for the card meanings. This one is the charm dictionary. It's fell on the wrong one. But that's all right. That's all right. I'll just check what we've got there. Yep, Terry. Oh, look, they are and you're suggesting they're really interesting too. And you're actually on HAPS. Would you like to come up, have a reading in real life on the screen? Here we've got that, and it certainly is the intelligence, highly skilled, sensitive, fantastic navigation skills, and good problem solver. So it certainly is indicating what I said before, from before. And I'm pretty sure that is a tunnel. It's not a tower or anything. And this is where my thumb's still not working properly. So it takes a bit to turn the pages. So Tower actually is the career charm, and we've got that on your career and business there. So it is good fortune. It can mean promotion or having more responsibility, creating a good reputation there. I believe it is a fairly new job that you're in now. You changed over, didn't you? So it is success, the power. It's all of that that's success in a business or career. So certainly you're going to be going places with that. And that is actually confirmed, public spaces there too. And the ship does mean going places. What's a ship do? It goes places, isn't it? It's a way of moving around. It's positive changes and distant travel. You might be traveling for your work. Actually, will you be traveling for your work, Kat? Positive business affairs. It's successful journeys and could mean foreign places and spaces once the borders are unlocked. I'm feeling, of course. But there's definitely something that's going to be over water for you ahead for your career and your business. So that actually is as simple as it can be. And that's probably all I'll do for this morning. Um, but what can be, well, no, I can dig into it using one of these cards for that. Oh, my hand, it doesn't like shuffling at the moment. It's not liking it at all. So I am shuffling these. I find it funny that I hadn't shuffled them before, because I thought I had used them already. There we've got the 13, which is the Tower, and the cherries has come up for you. So out of this other book that does the cards, we'll look at the Tower. I'm pretty sure that's Tower and the cherries. See, I'm not sure what the cherries are in this system, and that's where there's a slight difference between each that Karen uses. So 13 is the Tower, so it is the career card as well, because we've already seen that. We've actually got it there as the card. So it's definitely a career reading, and it is that good reputation. We've already mentioned it as far as it's in a large building, good reputation, high regard and everything like that. And the cherries really is the start. It's abundance. You're starting something new, which does indicate it's confirming that it's the new job, new energy around it and the rest. So you're certainly going to have a pleasant time there, is what it's suggesting, because cherries are an indicator of pleasant things. Don't be overindulging in them, though. Things that really do bring that abundance in, and expect good things coming forward as you're moving into that pathway. So it does indicate you're already in the new job, I think, isn't it? And the choices that you make are going to be favourable. So that as well confirms it. So that there is your reading, Kat. Okay. And there's a good morning from another Facebook user. I'm not sure who that is because I don't know whether that's on a page. Let me have a look. So that's Caitlin is what I'm getting there, but it's not showing up your name even. Now that's interesting. I really do think there's some, camera there. I really do think there's some bugs happening in the Facebook thing at the moment. So if you hang on a sec, I'm just going to, it's a bit odd. How do I get the camera going in the right place? I need a motion sensor type that when I move, it's going to go there to that one. Hey, that'd be nice. Ah, g'day, Bernie. Lovely to see you here too. Wow, because you're in Victoria, aren't you? I'm just going to see if I can invite Terry. Are you interested in coming up? And you've got Terry Purvis at Terry. There There, I think that's the one. Have you got a flower there? Yes. So there is an invite there. I'm not sure where you find it though, Terry, because it's one of those things I haven't actually deciphered, been on the other end of an invite very often. So if you're on a phone, it's got to show up somewhere in your notifications, I would think. So I'm not 100% sure, Terry. And it is very different, Diane. I'm finding it is. I love it because it gives an opportunity to play in some respect. You know, doing this and playing and jiggling and the sounds and what it brings, and being able to just do and scatter them like that, and have a reading. Like you can just, isn't that gorgeous? The peacock. Can you actually see these clearly? The little charms. That's a bird. Scales. Actually, I'm not sure what that one is. Is that a fish? It might be. So we've got the tent on the adventure and discovery there, and we've got the home and family. They don't show up real well, do they? So this is how small the charms are. So that's the teapot on home and family there. Does it show up better if I put them more in the centre? And this one's got the 3. The rest you don't read. Not relevant. So, that was just to throw them around, but that's the essence of how that's done. Very cute. Love it. I know I'm going to really enjoy doing these for readings. And now someone else had asked for a reading. I'm just trying to find that. Keza. So what was the question? Did you want to have a question, or I'll just do it on this like we've just done? I'll probably just do it like this and see what it comes up with. And I'm only going to do 3, see where they land. Like that one, the camels between love and relationships, career and business, money matters, finding the balance. And I will read this one as if it's on the home and family, even though it's more leisure and social, which can be, cross purpose there in some respects. So you've got the dragon there. Can you see them close enough? Let me actually, and I'm going to go almost right up to the camera at the moment. There. Is that going to be a bit easier, having it just slightly bigger, closer to the actual mat? Now I'm messing with the screen, aren't I, for you? Hold on. Is that better? It looks a little bit off center. My camera isn't quite loose enough on the hinge. There we go. Is that better? So how we'd read that one, and I have got a new comment there. So money, home and family. So money for you there, Keza. Okay, and I'll get to that next one. Well, you've got it on money. So what you've got with that on the money is, now this one's the charm one, so we're going to look for the scales. And you can pretty much guess for yourself when you see some set of scales on a money thing that it's about weighing up how you're actually finding your balance, which it is. So the positives from this one are basically finding that balance in, the income and the spending, of course, and whether there's anything that's going to come up for you, because the scales can also indicate justice and getting things right, fair and equal and all the rest. So as far as the money matters going, I think what it's actually giving you as a message is basically finding that even keel, finding the balance, and weighing up how you're doing that income, spending, and that type of thing. So ultimately, I think it does come down probably to creating a budget for yourself is what I'm feeling there. The negatives of it is there something hanging in the balance for you, waiting on until some money comes in before you can actually do anything. So you've got some sort of out of balance thing happening for you. It just does depend on surrounding charms. Now, because it's not a big read and I'm only going to limit it to the 3 charms, wouldn't really know. You would know what your situation is. Is there something that you're procrastinating about and really creating that seesaw effect? And I do feel, though, that you're going to find that balance and probably needing to do a budget. Okay. as we're coming up, and because that was your main focus, your question, that you mentioned money, I read that first. Normally you'd actually start from the top and work clockwise, because that's our basic instinct of how we were taught when we were kids. It doesn't matter. You go where your eye goes first, what really is drawn first. I love this dragon. Can you see it? It's not very clear on my hand, is it? Like that. Can you see that closely? I don't know how close I can get before it goes out of focus. Here we go. Is that in focus? Oh, isn't it gorgeous? There's some really nice detail on these charms. So the dragon in the home and family. The home and family card, if we look up the home card, the home base, I mean, we know what that is really as far as our base goes. I don't need to read that. You know what your home and family situation is and what's around it. So the dragon is showing itself on your home and family. So at the moment, there's a worry about nothing. It is irrational fears. So something or a situation may not exist. It's something that you're overthinking. So what you're needing to show there is the stamina and the strength that you've got in that situation, being able to act quickly and actually have that positive, powerful resilience. So persevere with that. Don't over worry as far as what might be dangerous or being fearful about something. Yeah, there may be some sudden changes, but you've got the resources to be able to do that quick thinking and actually have it move forward in the way that you need it to, those situations that are in the home space, okay? So that's what I'm getting with that. Now, your career and business, we've got the camel sort of in it. Here's the camel. Let's see if there's a cute little camel. And he was sitting there. And on the career and business, what that's showing for you there is perseverance does ensure that you're going to succeed. So as far as your money matters, getting that balance, it really is going to move it forward so that you are going to succeed. Being resilient is also reconfirmed by the dragon, because they do certainly persevere too. And keeping on. Just plod through whatever you may be overthinking, and stop overthinking that and just continue onward in the way that is working. It just seems to take a while, okay? So that's what we've got for you there with those, Keza. So they are a little tiny, are they? Yeah. They are small charms, but that's so that, as you're actually doing that on, I suppose it's because then you can actually scatter them as many times as you want to over this, and especially more relevant for the other side, so that you've got them falling on those particular pictures that can then be reinforced with the card. So they are small, and I think that's partly why I'm intrigued with these little things. So much information from what is a small kit that fits in a tin to travel around with. And I think, wow, that's a good idea, isn't it? It is. It's a great creation. Oh, thank you, Keza. That's lovely. So thank you. Thank you for the thank you. Whoops. Yeah, so holding it up to the camera does show them up better. Did it show them up enough though, Diane? That's where you just can't. It's interesting, and yeah, I do like them so much. I do like them so much. This style, and I certainly like the tea cards, the curiosity tea cards. They're really interesting too. I've becoming really. I'm intrigued with how spirit connects through and channels via tools. There certainly was a time where I would have said, "Oh yeah, bullshit," skeptic. Nah, not really. I mean, I have been brought up via old Methodism. Christian background. I even did lay preaching myself in my earlier years, and I still have that basis of belief and understanding, but it's being able and wanting to expand further on what the connection is that Spirit has for us. And even as far as the Holy Spirit goes moving through us in the way that we do, I see that as our soul connection. And that is ultimately who we are as one. And really, those who've moved on before us and are in the afterlife or over on the other side, whatever label you want to call it, are in heaven. Um, it's all being able to just connect in and have assistance when needing it. And sometimes it does help just to connect in using these types of tools. And that's how I understand it now. It's just too uncanny sometimes how correct they can be, how much help we do get from these little tools, isn't it? Now, this okay. I think it was Sharon Rooney. Was it you that was next? I just can't remember. Let me have a looky cookie. I've got to get that off the screen if you have time. I've got time. I've got time. Who was asking? Hang on, Sharon. I might do this one first because that one was there first. Sorry. Current home and family reading, please. Is that on my Facebook profile? This is where it's not. Yeah, Caitlin. So, Caitlin, I am going to do yours next. So, if you just hold on a second, I just had to respond to a message that was there. So, current home and family for Caitlin, even though it's not showing on the screen, the name. This is where, who knows? Current home and family, wasn't it? Home and family. Right, I'm just going to put 3. Whoops, which one was first? The dragon was last, I think. So here we've got the tunnel, we've got the hourglass, and we have a, I'm not sure whether that's a bird or an angel. Is that an eagle? It's not angel wings. That I think is an eagle. So I'll look that up as a bird. I think the tunnel was the one that was first landing, so to speak, and then the hourglass. So I'll explain it. I'll use that order, and I'm just going to try and find is it bird or eagle, because I'm not sure which it is. It is eagle. It is eagle. So what we've got for you, Caitlin, is the tunnel. It is presenting, there's going to be opportunities in your family, I would say, to connect coming out of the dark. There's been a dark period, so the opportunities are moving you through and forward out of that tunnel feeling, so that, with that pathway is ready for you to just walk along that pathway with your family. So I'd say that there has been that feeling of things have just felt like you were in that dark space and weren't able to see that light at the end of the tunnel. This is indicating it is there and you need to be moving toward that light. What it is with the hourglass in there as well is using that timer in some respects, having some patience and using the time well. That's what I'm feeling. Fate does come in sometimes where we feel like it's uncontrolled, that we have no control over it. And for those moments, it really is that patience and waiting, feeling that difference between what was in that darkness and feeling like it is coming forward to the light, seeing that difference and moving through it. And with the eagle, it is that strength and using your leadership and having that clear vision, because you know that eagles have such magnificent vision, as we all know. They're certainly putting in there, the intelligence that they use in spotting what's next and where their prey is and all of that. Not that that's what you do for your home and family. It's just tapping into what is your strengths and really seeing what's needed, what your role is in moving forward on that pathway that's going to get you out of that bogginess, that feeling of dark, so that you're actually getting into that warmth and having those wonderful, moving the relationships into something that really is better, that's going to be forward for that longer term. triumph as well. Like it's going to move into that is what you're feeling is success in what you're trying to do within your family in that home space. I'm actually feeling too that there's some changes ahead with that as well as you're shifting stuff around, so it brings forward um, that success. Bringing the light stronger, so that as you're moving forward, it's strengthening as well and bringing you that you need in the warmth and direction and really shining on that pathway that's for you. Okay. Hopefully that's helpful. Hopefully I've interpreted in a way that you understand that's meaningful for you. So since I'm new at this one, so thank you, Caitlin. So that was that one. Now I'll do one for Sharon. Now, Sharon, did you have anything in particular that you're wanting to concentrate on out of these options that are here? And I'll do 3 on that. Oh no, have I frozen? Oop. Let me go and check on my profile. Hang on. Deary. It's still saying I'm live. Let me just go there and I'll... Oh, you rotten snot. No, it's saying I'm live. It's not looking like I'm frozen. Not there. I will just pause it now, though. I don't want to have that playing in the background. Okay, so where was I at? I was at yours. Oh, whoops. Whose was I at? Just when Clay will contact me. Okay. Well, that one, yeah, I've got a okay on my end. Okay. So Michelle's saying it was okay, her end too. Look, sometimes it can be just your own internet streaming, like as in buffering because of a slow internet connection. I've had that myself where I'd be watching things even on HAPS and it would slow up and you'd get the little wheelie thingy until it picked up again, that connection. So what was I doing? Oh, when will Clay contact me? So actually with this one, what I'm going to do is set the intention on this side. So you're asking when will Clay contact me? It's a timeline thingy. So what I'm going to do is, do you want it as being weeks, months, days, weeks, months, or just weeks and months type of thing? Because it can be refined down. I'll actually ask it as far as the pendulum goes. So I'm holding the pendulum. Make sure I haven't cleared it yet for the day today. And I just do Reiki symbols over it to clear it and reprogram. And the intention with a pendulum is to give guidance just the same as any other tool. My intention and I'm just quietly, silently asking for a no. So my no is what you're seeing there. Can you actually see how that's moving? Yep. And with a yes, it's showing a yes now. So that for me is a clockwise circular motion. And if it's a maybe, and I'm hoping that my arm is holding as still as possible. That's why I've got my arm is resting on my hand that's crossed over my body. So that's a maybe. Okay. So what I'm going to do is with the intention is the numbers in this respect going to be days? No. Is it going to be weeks? Is it going to be months? So what we're looking at, who was it, Sharon? Sharon, what we're looking at is the timeline in months of when is Clay going to be contacting you. Whoops. Sharon. Okay. So your internet dropped out. Yes. And that's what does happen sometimes. Right, let's get back to this. So Clay will be, and this is how simple a reading can be. So there it is, it's steady. You can see my hand. I'm not wobbling my hand. I'd like to get it where I can actually, so you can see that my hand isn't wobbling. Not that, some people, skeptics, and I was one of them, yeah, you're moving your hand. Well, I'm not. Can you see what it's doing? It might have a slight movement, but the hand itself is not wobbling. So as far as with the timeline, months, and we're actually seeing that moving right now in the months. Yep. When will Clay contact Sharon? So it's going to be, now I can see where that's actually pointing in a particular direction. You can see the largest swing for that is towards the 2, or between 2 and 3. Would you agree with that as far as that direction? It's not going over to the 9 side. It's not centered on that key. It is shifting from the key over to between the 2 and the 3. So what I'd say for you there, Sharon, is it is 2 to 3 months, okay? So hopefully that was meaningful, that it showed well enough on that particular example of how to use a pendulum. It's not that easy to do when you're being watched, I can tell you, because it almost feels like, oh, I've got to be careful not to move my hand. So, of course, it makes you more consciously aware of it. So here we go. Now, I'm just catching up on where I was in the list, and I've got to look this way because it's where the Mac is. So where are we up to? Marie. Here we go. See a relationship on the horizon for me. So what we do with that is see what the cards come up with in the love and relationship. So I'm just going to do this way, and we might use some cards. So Marie, this one's for you. And 1, 2, 3. So it's the anchor, the camel, and the lion. Certainly a strong male presence coming up. And here we've got the camel. It is that persistence and moving forward. Just keep being enduring. You know, it's a bit of patience with it, but in that time of being patient, it's actually moving forward. It is action. It's continuing on with that action. Now, we haven't read from the booklet this meaning for the symbol. We've had camel already, but I'll read the anchor and the lion, because I think the lion was the first one that came out, wasn't it? So I'll move to that one. And this gets you knowing what your alphabet is, doesn't it? And like I said, it is strength, it is courage, it's stamina. And pair that with the camel. So powerful friends, protective. So there certainly does look like there's a positive with that coming forward, as far as there is a relationship moving forward for you. And because you're asking, can you see a relationship for you? I'd say with this, yes. Coming forward with a strong male figure, and the camel is just reinforcing it is that perseverance and resilience. And I just read that because it's on the way back towards the anchor alphabetically. And the anchor is about strength as well, and durability. So it's feeling to me like it's going to create a strong foundation with this relationship, and you're going to have it giving that security for you. It's not that you absolutely have to have it. It's just something that you're desiring because you're ready for it. So I have that, and it's also about unwavering. I like that word because anchor, sea, wave, it's just being able to stay steady with it, and it will be that longer term type of relationship that's going to come into your life. Don't be too stubborn about what you're desiring, what you're searching, who the type of person that you're searching for you, but you still do need to set what your intentions are, the type of person that you'd like to have in your life with that relationship. So that's what that's showing me. So yes, you do. Coming, and that perseverance and persistence with it. I'm not sure what the no was there. Whoops. The finger on a mouse just went crazy. Hang on a sec. I've got to find back where I was. So Michelle, if you have time, I'd love to know if he is the one. Thank you. Okay, let's see what we've got. So if he is the one's another love relationship, so I'm going to draw 3 charms for you on that one as well. Let's put 3, 1, 2, and 3. Instead of throwing them, I thought I'd just place them. Oh my, I feel he's a showy person. I'm almost feeling like, whoa, the book, and here we've got the dragon. This is the small one again. Is that the right way up for the dragon? I might, whoop, no, that's upside down. Hang on, let me see. Where is the dragon's head? Ah, there, let me see. Is that going to show up the dragon? Isn't it gorgeous? I do like these charms. I think they're darling little things. I think it's why I'm going to really enjoy using this as a tool as well. And here's the peacock. Very, very showy, isn't it? Look at that. Almost glistens, doesn't it? It's like he's sparkling in that light. And the book. Here we've got the book. Some detail in that as well. And shiny, of course. They're gorgeous. So let's have a read through for that. I'm not 100% sure with this one what it's going to lead to. The book is actually suggesting, as far as the positive goes, that it's advice from a loyal friend, and it's about learning and discovery, study, paperwork, documents, or even the beginning of a new chapter. It could be that as you're moving through with that relationship with him, you're querying, is he the one for you? I think it's still possibly in that discovery stage, and that there's still some learning and experiencing who he is before there is actually a knowing of, is he the right one for you? Certainly with the peacock there, I think that's probably showing that there is success and attraction for each other, that there's wealth, acquisition of property, strut your stuff type of thing, and beauty. Now, not all of these keywords are actually part and parcel of every word is going to be something of meaning in these readings, but fan your tail feathers, charming. So it gives the impression that he is a very attractive and easy to get along with man, but he likes to strut his stuff and is charming. I'm assuming if he, yeah, he did say he, there is that part of him that certainly there was an attraction at the start anyway, that does give that cohesion of attraction and being in that space and place of wondering, is he the one for me, isn't it? So let's see what the dragon says, because it's actually saying the first phrase here in the positives of this one is worry about nothing, irrational fears. So it does seem to me that there's going to be, and it's power, resilience, and all that sort of thing. I think it probably is indicating that he is likely to be that one, but I'm feeling that because of the book and needing a bit more advice around, I'm thinking it's just probably just needing a bit more time around experiencing being with him and being the friend side of a relationship, rather than feeling, trying to feel into, is this going to be the one at this point? I think probably take it easy and just share that time and space together, that you're actually discovering who each other of you are, and if it will work in a more solid relationship a bit later on. I think as far as the dragon goes, it really is about the stamina and continuing on with it, keeping it moving so that you're actually just having fun with it. Just, not allowing the ultimate vulnerability at this point, but certainly moving into what could be a really good, deep relationship. Is that okay? Hopefully that's helpful for you. I think it's not saying yet if he is the man for you. I could do the pendulum if you wanted to. And I love that. Yeah, you're still learning about yourselves, and he is very charming. So isn't that wonderful? Um, so I think using tools to do readings of any sort, as much as it's fun, it certainly does have its basis in a truth somewhere, doesn't it? So you're even acknowledging that. And the charms are so cute. I really like them. I'm going to have a lot more fun exploring them, I think, as well. In the more in-depth readings for individual people will really come into its own, I think, rather than being just the light readings. That's all I'm going to do in public realm, purely because I think most things of this nature should be a private thing. We're reading for people, and having it public for some of the in-depth stuff that does come up with readings. I wouldn't want it to be on the public, broadcasting. So, and certainly with that. Oh, wonderful. Joy Ruffin. Hello, how are you this evening in your space and place, isn't it? So wonderful for you to pop in. Thank you so much. I'm actually using the haps.tv app this morning. Like for this broadcast, I did have a couple of little issues with my Facebook Be Live connection earlier. I was doing things probably a bit different to what they were designed to be done. So whether it was Facebook bugs, or whether it was a Be Live issue, or whether it was just the way I'd done it, I don't know yet. So, but it is so good to see you. I love it. Thank you. So that's where I'm at for now. I don't know. Did anyone else want to have a quick reading? Thank you, Michelle. So spot on. You do feel your time's not quite now, and that's where it is, that sense of you yourself already know your answers, but sometimes these tools just bring it to the fore to confirm. As much as they can, this is a system that, like Karen, Tea with Karen uses, and puts the divination as part of her description of what her tools are. It is. It can be future, but it's just something. Have the excitement of anticipation, of what is ahead, without always knowing. But it's nice to have a tease in some ways. You know roughly what the direction is you want to go, and to have it confirmed that way, that you're on the right path. Sometimes it doesn't seem like it, but really, you know what I mean, don't you? So I'm just going to see. Oh, you love the way that oh, hang on, I'm just seeing some of these little responses. I like using the responses because then I know whether I've read something and put it on the screen. So it's just my little way of keeping track, because sometimes I get lost. For those of you who've watched Leanne and I on our Fridays intuitive chat, you'd know I get lost with it sometimes. Leanne's got a good memory as to who have actually done that, we've done readings for, and the rest. So thank you. Thank you, Joy. It has taken a little while. Oh, there's a thank you from Marie. Thank you for that little reading. I'm going to switch this around so it's the other way, and I think that's just clicking on that. So it can be. When I first started doing live streaming, it was something that I had absolutely no idea where it would take me. I certainly didn't feel that I was going to be doing live readings with the psychic mediumship style. I call mediumship sometimes is looked at as only being that connection with getting the messages direct from the spirits, that the loved ones who've passed, which it is. That's part of it, but it's also how they can speak to us and bring us the messages via these tools, like this type of thing. It's not just by a medium, hearing, seeing, speaking. What's the other ones? The sense of touch and smell. We use all our senses, yes, to pick up on those messages, but it's not just that way of doing it. There are these other tools. There are just a knowing even of what they are saying to us to pass on to you, as the loved ones do like connecting at times, but it's not always there to be on tap either. So sometimes it is just that they prefer to use these types of tools as the way of getting the message to you, that they're around, that they're wanting to send you a message, or just some confirmation, or have you be aware of something that's going to happen that they'd like to protect you from. So many incidences from stories worldwide that come in, as far as, if it was only for 5 minutes, I could have been in that tower when it collapsed, and, had that accident. I had this delay that kept me back. And that has been so many of those types of things, that it's spirit, it's our loved ones holding us back so that we don't be in those situations, that we leave here too early, type of thing. Right. Yes, yes, and yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so with that, it was something. Oh, thank you, Joy. So that you love this, Roz. It's just like you're speaking to us on a one so good. Oh, one-on-one so good. Yeah, loving it, and keep them coming. It is like chatting. It's something that over time, there's many people who are actually fearful of coming in front of a camera and talking on a live stream because they know it's a camera, number one, and that, oh, this is going live to what number of people around the world? It's the technology that we've got that really enables it. Sometimes it's glitchy, which happened for me this morning. Other times it runs perfectly. And it's just using the tools that we've got, like the ones I've got here for what I'm growing into as far as using the tools of my psychic abilities and the mediumship. Each and every one of you's got the same ability. It's just we don't all have to use it at the same level at all. It's what we feel guided to is where we need to go as far as what our direction in life is. And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm having fun. I'm just having a ball. I really enjoy sharing like this, like it is that I'm having a chat with you guys. People, I shouldn't use guys. Do you know, I saw a discussion once that was around this term guys when we're talking, as women. We shouldn't be using this term guys just because we're women. We should be standing up for the feminine and etc. And I sort of think it's a word. Are we understanding each other? Does it matter? And I'm going to shift my camera around because I just realised I can. It's a portable webcam and I can sit there and actually see the comments on the screen again. And I've still got that there. I can turn around and do that if I need to do a little reading. Oops, and that's a little bit low. You don't need to see cleavage. Oops, hang on. This is where it takes a little bit finessing, but it's such an easy system. Work with what you've got to start with. Do you know, a mobile phone now, we can do so much with streaming apps. You can stream live on apps from a mobile device. I've done it with my Samsung. I've done it with my iPhone. Yes, I've got two phones. One's an older one, and I needed to upgrade. And I've got two phone numbers, so I can do that. Most things I do are in twos because I'm a twin, I'm sure. It's just what it is. And yeah, Joy, it is so exciting because we are global. There's just so much information out there to allow us to reach new heights in some respect, but are we using it wisely? And we can be taken on journeys or little tours with the lives. I go up occasionally to have people see the waves and the beach because it's something that is peaceful and calming, and they can't all be here at Boomer Beach, which is near my home. So it's something that can be shared. I can't go to Scotland at the moment and go for the walks with Andrew, who does walking there. I can't go to New Zealand with Louise Poppy as she's taking us through some of those walks. And it's wonderful scenery there, especially Hobbiton and what she did the other day. It's wonderful. Oh, hi, Sarah. Lovely to see you again this morning. Oh, yes, it is still morning. It's funny how easy it is to actually lose track of time when doing things that you like and you're having fun with. So it is. Now, what I'm going to do, I think I might leave it there for now, unless Sarah, would you like a quick reading using this Labyrinth Through Time? And what subject would you like it on? I'm doing just three little charms on whichever one of these subjects, just to give me a bit of practice. I am referring to the guidebook because it is a new thing for me using these charms. Gorgeous, you can hear them rattle. I could almost make a rattle out of it and do some sound therapy, can't I? Yes. Now, let me see. The other thing I was going to do too was just poke my join HAPS link here as well. So the angels. Oh, the spirituality. Yes. Okay, I'll do that for you. Oh, hang on, I've got the wrong comment there. Yes, please, the angels. There, and I'll just put that on screen. I do want to actually resend my link. Reader, where is the invite when you're actually doing a broadcast that I can actually invite people to join HAPS itself, not so much the broadcast? Where does that show up in the stream background? Do you know? Oh, and I better say hi, Reed. Lovely to have you here. Nice to see you. Because you're over in, and the other thing with HAPS as well, I can actually view the profiles of whoever is within HAPS. So you are over in Florida. Wonderful. So you can keep a track a bit of where people are in the world via the HAPS thing. I can't do that for those who are on Facebook. So I'm just going to go back to the start of my stream and see if I've got it there. No. Suppose I should really explain. Do I need to explain what HAPS is? That's at the start of our listing there somewhere. I can't find where that link is. That's all right. Here we go with your reading, Sarah. So to do with the spirituality, the angel wings, and connection with what is our special space and place. That's what I feel anyway. So there's 1, 2, 3. Oh, but you've got a few struggles with the mountain. Which one was first? Was it the mountain or was it the angel? And you've got the ring. So isn't that superb? I'll show the angel closely and I'll switch it round. Hang on. I've got to switch it round to the big screen. I just had to change that around. So here we've got the angel looking like that. Isn't it gorgeous? The detail of lacework in what is the garment and the wings, beautiful. So there's the angel. Well, you don't need to see the ring close up. You know what that is. It's a ring. And here we've got the mountains. All right, so that's the mountains. Now we know from the Lenormand deck that mountains can be about some level of struggle, but not without being able to actually surpass and get to the point of being, successful in getting to the peak, really. So it was the mountain. I'm going to read it, Mountain Angel Ring, okay? So with the guidebook, what we've got here for that symbol of the mountain, the positives are longevity, strong, stable, secure, conquer and mature. So along that, it can also mean on that more negative space is stuck, stubborn, obstinate, large, obstacle and blockages. So that's, both positives and negatives comes into life at any point in time anyway. So with the mountain, what it's actually doing is suggesting that there is going, the longevity, it's persisting and growing that pathway with your spirituality and connection with your guidance in a way that's going to get past those blocks and self-doubt. That's what I'm feeling with that one. And as we move over to the angel, that's going to bring us another aspect of your spirituality, that's the protection from a higher power. It's the positive messages coming through, happy news, religious beliefs, and divine guidance. And with angel, there is no negative. So it's really shifting the balance in this realm of the spirituality in your life to that positive. It's really kicking it up a level into the positives of acknowledging that you do have protection from on high. There's nothing to be feared when you're working with the angels and the spirit guidance. Bringing forward that more happy news that's coming into your space and place even now. And as we're looking at the ring, that's a further, for me, rings are about that cycle that never ends. There's not a start, there's not a finish, but it's also about commitment as well, because it's part of what is our traditions around how we move in our society. We have a ring for the commitment. And it's saying marriage, commitment, continuity, the cycle, the union, coming together. And that's connecting with what is your spiritual guidance. It's valuable, it's long term contracts, it's binding, it's completion. So it's all of those. At times it may feel like it's a merry-go-round, and this is the negative. So merry-go-round, going around and around in circles and being bound to something you don't want to be bound to. In this aspect, I think, because we've actually, for you, it is the choice of following your guidance and spirituality. And wow, that went blank screen and back again. Interesting. I'll have to watch the replay myself to see what happened there. And that's at time 1:05, 1 hour and 5 minutes. So I need to write that down, don't I? Because I'm not going to watch it back. I've got to know it's there. Oh, look, I'll watch back about the hour mark. So it's something that you're choosing to actually follow your path and continue onward with that. So it's not feeling like you're being bound to, it's feeling like that choice is the right choice for you. The balance is there. We've got the angel with her angel wings on the spirituality. What strength, what more can you have as a confirmation of that information for you that you are on the right path, that it really is feeling like that connection is strengthening. It's giving you more and more as you go round and round in that circle. As you're climbing that mountain, at some point you get those glimpses of what is your Everest, your peak, and being able to continue on and on in whatever way you choose, really, for that. So there's your little reading, Sarah. So hopefully that meant something for you. And I'm hoping I'm still live. I'm just going to check my Facebook page just to make sure it is. Because, let me think. Now, let me see. I've got the flashy bit saying I'm live. That's interesting.
Okay, so where was I at? I was at I've got the flashy bit saying.
Now it is, I think it's showing up the right timeline that I've got there in the live stream. Yeah, cool. I am finding it very interesting at times how the technology works. Yes. And Kezi, you're saying yes, it is okay. Thanks for that. I was able to check that too, so thank you. And thank you, Sarah. Thank you. Thanks for popping in. So you're saying it was perfect. Yeah, and Michelle, you're saying it's okay. Good. Now, what I might do is go and grab myself another coffee. Here, I've got this, and I can be right back. I can leave it on here to see who else might be around that would like to have a reading. Otherwise, I'm going to actually put the HAPS, to join HAPS in with this video stream wherever I've got the destination, so that those who would like to choose to come over to the HAPS app and be on haps.tv, then you can jump in with me as a broadcaster, co-broadcasting. You can have your reading being in the live stream. Now, that'd be fun to try, wouldn't it? I'd love to. But I haven't got anyone with their hands up wanting to join yet, as in with me on the stream. I have sent out 2 invites. One of them's working. She had to go to clients. But Terry, I don't know if you're still here or not. You haven't put your hand up to say yes, you'll join. Otherwise, I'd see your beautiful face here with me. You don't need to be frightened. It's good fun. It is good fun. So thank you, everyone. What I might do is I'll come back and do the other tea cards, that are these. So what I'll do, I'll give that a bit more practice, and I'll get this ready so that for anyone, let others know that I'm actually here if you'd like. I'm going to try and find that link. I know I've got it somewhere, so I'm just going to put this one here. I'm going to get my coffee, and this one's going to be the number 1, and I'm going to do it like this. So there's so many different little things that can be done with these cards, these tools, and it's going to be a wonderful thing to continue to explore them as I'm moving forward with my readings as well, and what I can actually offer you for guidance in detail, more detail than what I'll do on broadcasts. So there we go, all put together in the gorgeous little tin. Isn't it amazing? Like, it really is amazing how Karen has designed these to be what they are. Now, with the Curiosity tea set cards, I don't need to actually use the guidebook. I've moved past that with how well practiced I am with these. Well, that's what I feel when I'm using them. So here we go. I'll do it this way, I think. Can you see them up the right way in this view is the other thing. So here's another little mat, and this one does have just the cards like this, as you can see in the corner. It is a little one, little set, 18 cards, and it creates a really good reading, even just with 18 cards. And what I tap into as well with the guidance that I do receive from Spirit. So that's what I'm going to do next is this set. Okay, and I'll switch it round so that you can actually see that in a bit more detail. There, is that changing? That hasn't changed my screen. Yes, it has, and I need to go like this so you can see that. I'll take that one out of it. Oh, now it's gone the other way. I had it right in the first place. Right, so can you see that? This one here is what I do as far as, well, the expos and events, because it's quick, it gives a really good reading, and it's so simple to use. It really is. It creates a wonderful little story. So I'll be using that again in a moment when I come back. I'm going to get myself a coffee. I need that drink. Hydration. Does coffee hydrate? Not sure. I'm there as a little person up in the corner. Right, I'm going to put my coffee icon up and we'll switch it round so that that's there and you can see. No, I'm actually going to do it the other way around. So I might stay here. Spread the word. I'll just do that thing on the Facebook if I can. I can probably even have a look on my HAPS mobile app. And there is the HAPS mobile app, if you can see it. Can you see it right up in the little corner? No, you can't. Just to get my get my link. I don't know what it is, and I'll type it into the other spaces. I sort of know what it is, but it's a bit different when you're actually doing a live stream. So I'm going to go here and put it in the comments. So it is. And that will take you to, well, it's not really an affiliate link, but it certainly is. It is the space and place to, to join up, and I do get a reward, but it's you get reward too. So it's to do with the coins and the system that's there for that. Let's go into the Labyrinth Through Time. So yes, and there it is there. And so I'm actually going into my, Ros Bounty page and the Ros Bounty profile. And that's the link for the hats there in my page as well, if you'd like to join in. So I'm not saying you have to, it's just if you'd like to. And then you can join me on screen once you've actually managed to do that. It's also needing to download the HAPS app if you don't have that yet as well. I might take you through that. I think I can do that with my phone connected to the computer. That has to be my iPhone though. So I'm going to be right back in a minute. We've got some things happening there. On my HAPS app and my phone. Okay. Well, what I'm going to do, I'll take a loo break as well. We do the coffee and we're going to, yep, that's all right. No, hang on, we'll put that one as the first one still. It's a coffee break, loo break, and I'll see you back here shortly. Certainly let others know that I'm here. and we can have some fun. Be right back. Won't be long. Right, another thing that I'm going to try. Oh, better switch this around. Just at the moment, and I can take these out because I'm back. I'm back. The other thing I'm going to try, which I haven't done using haps yet, those who know me know I like pressing buttons, trying new things. I'm actually going to put my iPad over here on the stand and see if that actually will tap into being a camera. Because I know I can do it for some other things as a camera. Oops, camera option. Oh, my little owls are going to fall over there. Don't want them falling over. I just saw your message there, Kat, on the messenger. If you're still here, you're probably not. Now, I think this might come up as a camera. in my eCam, but I'm not sure. Yes. And there we go. We've got that as a camera. So just as a follow-on from, and this is where I've got to work out how this works. I'll take that camera out. Let's move it to here. This is my iPad, and I'm just wanting to show you the app for HAPS. So it's wrong thing I'm doing there. So I actually have to go back to here. Where's the app store? Is that one? So on an iPad, you're doing this, and then you actually go to the HAPS app, do the search, haps.tv, and that's showing up there, isn't it? Oh, is that what it's called? Or is it called a HAPS app? Oops. Oh, interesting. Or is it something else? What's that? There, it's this one here. See this one? It's that one that you, oh, and I've got the name. Well, that's interesting. So the name corner, the corner name thing, there. You can see it's that pink one. So having that downloaded, for those of you who are on Facebook and wanting to join in with the HAPS on the link that I've just put in those two spaces on my page and my profile with this live stream, this is the one that you'd actually be, you'd go get. You'd have the get. I'm just updating this one because it needs it from the looks of it. I haven't got the latest app. I haven't done it very often on my iPad. I do it mainly on the iPhone or on the Samsung. It even does do it on the Samsung. And here's me looking for the iPhone, and I've got it in my hand. That's all right. So this is the one that you'd actually do. I can see it's still, the little twirly thing, and it just says open. So there might be some conflict here as I'm opening it because of it being too close. I'm not sure if it does or not. Does it give us that? Oh, wow. It does. And here is some of the other broadcasts that are on. Now that's showing up. I've got my iPad in the landscape mode, and yet it's showing up the HAPS app in the profile mode. That's very interesting. So you can see there that there's some people live. It does have the singing and everything else on it. Now, I'm going to close out of this purely because on the iPad, because I don't know whether there is actually a conflict with terms of service having them open like that. I don't know. So I'll just close out of that and put this one back up because I'll do the, some notes. Here's my copy here. I just noticed some messages on my iPhone. So that's how that's done in just downloading your app, and then you sign with that invite sign up. You go in, you'd open that and go in that way to join in to have your own account with HAPS, and you can have more than one with more than one email because I want to feed one, the one phone in from the other account. If you get what I mean, if I'm mobile, because I've got the two phones, I'm greedy. Just enjoying this coffee. Thank you so much for those of you who are still here watching. It's one of those things I'm not sure how many are actually watching. I know in the back end, in what is my studio area, that I actually do have a little eye that tells me there's 54. Is it watching currently now, or does that mean that it's actually 54 have been on and watching and gone already? There's 3 likes or something like that. This is where I'm still learning some of the things to do with the HAPS. I'll just have another sip of my coffee. And for anyone else that may want to have a reading, I'm going to actually set these cards out. I'll just do them as a general reading if it's something that you don't want to have that there's not others coming on. Actually, what I'm going to do, see if I can use my camera here and opening my, this is where I'm playing with the buttons. You should still be able to hear me. And I want the camera and have it for me. Which way am I going? See, that's actually showing the back. Yeah. So I need to switch the camera around. That's me. So that you can actually see me there. I'm just going to make myself a bit warmer because my vest went and moved. So here, yes, you have got me there. So now I can look there, switch it around to the other camera. I know it's working. Yay. That's cool. And I'm up the right way. Yep. I just need to be a little bit more that way, I think. Well, but that's going to tip the balance of my actual stand, the iPad on the stand. It's wanting to fall off. Okay. It's just the camera. At least you can see me a little bit, I think. Now, I like to start my cards from that heart space. So I'm going to just lay these Curiosity tea cards down like this randomly over this mat. And for anyone that, if you pop in now and want to have a reading, you certainly can. I'm just going to do this quickly as a little reading here. And there we go. What's it bringing to my day-to-day through the Curiosity tea card? So I've got that. That's the intention of the reading. Now, this is going to be a start with the dice. And for the spiritual guidance, the fact of the connection with my guidance, they're going to use the card that's going to give the reading for that general. It's just a general one for today, for me. So 6 and 4 is 10 and 2 is 12. So I'm actually starting with 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Those of you who've been here and shared with me before with these types of readings, you'll get the gist of how the chaining of these cards actually works. So put the dice there. So what we've got is the energy around the day-to-day is finding balance. We've got the scales there that actually does bring that weighing up, and what we're needing to actually put into process as the story unfolds. So what's coming for me today is actually having some abundance. It's bringing in the money, it's bringing in abundance. Now, abundance, as we all know, isn't necessarily just the money, the financial side of it, but it certainly can be. And what I'm working on is to put this, and I have already started that this morning on the Buy Me a Coffee, which actually didn't work well. There was a problem with that. The technology, as I explained to start with, was a bit interesting this morning. So here we go. So what we're doing, moving from there to this one, and in the abundance of places and spaces in the home. So it's actually getting things in the flow so that what I can be doing is from home. I love doing this work here. It's my little den, it's my little space and place. Friends are surrounding me in various ways. There is the cosmos. There is a lovely friend from my school days. And I've even got that there sitting there. That'll be a friend a bit later on, and that's going to be not this session. It might be this afternoon, depending how I feel. And you'll find out what's in that bag a bit later if I do that. So there's a tease. It's all just an abundance of a fulfilling life is for me in my home space. I'm very much a bit of a hermit, so it really gels with me to be able to do stuff from home. Here's the 5 green little teacup, and it's moving into trusting self and having that connection that is with my spirituality. The cross can be your faith beliefs. It can be just trusting yourself and in the divine in whatever way you understand that. It can be just moving forward past your own crossroads of that inner self as well too. So some of the detail in that card, and my eye is going to this corner, and I'm not sure if it's going to focus or not. It almost looks like some form of garland, and it's going to be very difficult to see that. It could even be a bag of coins. I can't even show it to you fully. It's almost like wind chimes without being the wind chime. It certainly is a decoration, but it's not showing up very well. So we move from there to this card here, and it is actually bringing in some good luck for the day today. So I'm actually feeling very much in the flow of good luck and having some fun because I'm really enjoying doing this. Whether you're watching it as replay or as live, I'm not getting any new ones showing up here, but it's certainly saying in that little eye in the corner up in the HAPS app or the HAPS studio that I've got 57 there. So thank you for being here. Moving from that good luck, it's going to continue up and over into there is a little bit of persistence happening through the day because some of it can be that hard slog of working with the technology and already experienced the start of that in some respect for this morning's live streams and in trying to get a new product up on my Buy Me a Coffee. So keep an eye on that. I've got a few things in the shop on my Buy Me a Coffee page, or you can just buy me a coffee. The link of that is in am I pointing the right way when I go like that? Yes, is in it's either down there, which you might see. Yeah, the Buy Me a Coffee link's down there, or on my website. But the coffee stuff, it's just a cup of coffee. It's $4 that you can just help me along in keeping on with it. Well, it's not keeping on with it. I'm going to do it anyway because I have fun. I love it. So that's a bit of the persistence towards what is my abundance, okay? Because that has come in as that card on that yes, it was that first card was around abundance. So that is more the energy that's coming in for my day to day, and keeping on plodding, doing, persisting. It's perseverance. It's actually moving, and it is movement. So we're going to continue that movement of just taking the one step at a time up that ladder, as you can see. And I might get there. There's my, whoops, you've got a whole sleeve there in the way. There, it's taking the one step at a time as you're moving up a ladder. So for me, it's just taking that one step at a time, just doing it surely, being on the safe ground, making sure I've got the steady base, and then moving up each step as I'm working through what I'm needing to work through. Just in the doing and having fun today. So we go to the 3 blue down here. And it really is like it's a new pathway. Pram is more about, like for me specifically, it's more about discovering new ways of doing things and having the flexibility of movement. Prams can take you in very quick succession to different things as well on those new pathways. I do have the guide card and guidance book for this one pretty ready, so I might just read that one because sometimes I get different things mixed up with each system now that I've even got that Labyrinth Through Time one now. So it can be a birth of a new child, new beginnings, rebirth of oneself, pregnancy, nah, not me. Small, yeah, taking the small steps. It could be just that. And we're doing things in that sense of innocence. Well, for me, I see that as being a childlike, finding those new discoveries that bring excitement and anticipation and the absolute wonderment. I love that word wonderment of how children explore, and I like doing that myself. It's why I like pressing those buttons and having some gadgets. Yeah, gadgets around and about the place. I do like gadgets. So we're moving from that space and into this one here that really is doing things that I love and moving with the heart. That's the new direction. It's something that I'm going to love doing. So, and this is all in today, remember. So, something that I've had my eye on that's been in that dream realm of the stars is going to come into my day to day and move into that space that's going to bring that excitement forward. The direction is almost instinctive. It's using my intelligence. I will have to think through some of those things that's moving it up. And oh goodness, I've just got to have a sip again. In general, I'm not keen on watching people drink and eat whilst on live streams, but every so often you do need a drink. Wet the whistle, so to speak. So moving through what I'm doing almost in an instinctive way, having that sonar turned on, so to speak. Using, yes, the thought process is going to have to kick in at some point too. So that intelligence is the name of the game, really, when you're moving into stuff. Now, does that fade out when I'm doing that? My iPad is actually fading away when I'm using it as this camera. I might have to source a different way of doing this so it doesn't fade in and out. Here we are at the tower. That's going to bring us from that back. It's moving into new areas. It's going to grow, certainly with a great foundation. That's showing it is a bit new too, because it's been pulled up as if it's transplanting and moving that forward that way. So here it's coming into what is the main point. What am I moving to? It's getting to the point. So as far as refining from what started at the lower step is probably going to be moved up now into that. This is the point, the main point. Get this piece done. It might be the buy me a coffee that I'm doing, or it could be a course I'll be writing. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. Or it could be something else I might do on a stream again later this afternoon that involves that blue bag. Who knows? So we're moving now into this one here, and it's a double check. So certainly there's times where there might be some help needed, like the cane is that little level of assistance that gives us, it's either some advice from somewhere or learning from a book or something, or asking somebody, usually an older gentleman is what the booklet has mentioned before, but I'm feeling sometimes it can just be that, the guide from the advice from the spiritual guidance, or actually using the cane. I'm not feeling that. I do have walking sticks. Does that fade out? No, it doesn't. No, I just noticed it doesn't fade out on the screen, so that's fine. It does mine. So that's shifting over into this card space, where once things are in the flow and I can actually celebrate then at the right time, I can actually celebrate. I'm feeling it's something that I've been working at, whether, getting to the point and moving it through to that point where I can say, yes, I've done it, and I can have a little celebration. Me, myself, and I, probably. But hey, nothing wrong with that either. I've got a chocolate or two. I've probably got some nice snacks, and I've probably got a drink or two. Who knows? There's celebration, whatever way that I would like to celebrate. There is an achievement that's been successfully reached. Okay, so we go along here and we get back to the scales. So we know that that balance has been created in the day where that abundance starts here. So it's definitely going to be an abundant day for me. I'm looking forward to completing what is going to be some more fun at some point. And it could involve that, it might not too. It may be something that I'm doing with ease, and I'm going to switch around. Do I switch around? Yes, I do. This one. I've got to remember what screen I'm on. I'm on so many different screens. I've got the iPad here. I've got the Mac here, which you'll see if I decided to shift these cameras around and use this one. I can put this one in, take this one out, so you're not seeing me on my iPad, and switch you around with that view in that way. There's so many different configurations I can do from using. I have got hats. I'm using Ecamm Virtual Camera as my camera source. Within that, I can switch around quite a few different scenes, scenarios, and cameras in Ecamm even. And I can also bring up these other little interesting bits and pieces that are here in HAPS itself. So I can see I'm pixelated there too. So that's a coming right up. I can switch it back round to that way within HAPS. It's all a lot of fun. It really is quite versatile in the different things that we can do. Right. So at the moment, I'm going to leave it there. So thank you so much for joining me. It has been an hour, 40 minutes broadcast. I dare say for those who do the 3 and 4 hours, good luck to you with those chats that you can keep moving along. It's wonderful to have the interaction here on HAPS and growing community. It really is like a community as we're moving forward into more and more people joining. So thank you for that. And I might be back a little later this afternoon, and you'll find the surprise that I might be doing with that when I do go live again. And it will be in the HATS environment. So thank you very much for being here. Until next time, bye for now. How do I end this? Up there. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Michelle. So you were still here. It's wonderful to see you. Did that come up? It's supposed to present on screen. It's wonderful to have that interaction, and the comments really are the thing that I find makes my day, seeing the comments in the stream and being able to respond in that way. Very hard to do when it's the style of, well, what my chat is. It's doing readings, really, divination, but I could do things a little differently. Send me put some ideas into what sort of things you like actually watching. So that'd be fun. I might do that in the Facebook setting. So thank you for being here again. And I'm going to go now because I need to prepare some lunch. So, bye for